El Tostik is the story of Kazakhstan. It is a heroic story of Kazakhstan and symbolizes the courage and wisdom of nomads. Once upon a time, in a village in Kazakhstan with vast steppes, there was a brave boy named El Tostik. El Tostik, although not the strongest man in the village, was loved by everyone as a child of wisdom and kindness. One day, a big problem arose in the village. A terrifying dragon appeared from a distant mountain. The dragon polluted the river near the village, killed the trees, and devoured the crops in the fields. The villagers were very troubled and thought about how to confront the dragon. But no one knew how to defeat the dragon. El Tostik, too, listened to the villagers and felt that just being scared would not solve the problem. He made up his mind and decided to visit the village sage. The sage had long gray hair, and his eyes shone with deep wisdom. El Tostik asked the wise man, "Sage, how can I defeat that dragon?" The wise man replied quietly, "Dragons are not to be defeated by force. It is necessary to understand the dragon's heart and calm its anger. But it takes courage." El Tostik, keeping the words of the sage in his heart, decided to go see the dragon. The villagers were worried, but El Tostik smiled and said, "It's okay, I'll show you how to defeat the dragon." The next day, El Tostik headed for the mountains. As he walked along the rugged path, he thought about what kind of beings dragons were. If the dragon is really a bad guy, why is it so angry? If there is a reason for dragons, I thought it was important to know why. And finally, El Tostik reached the cave where the dragon lived. The dragon was huge, with red eyes shining and breathing fire. El Tostik, fearlessly, stepped forward and called out to the dragon. "Dragon, why are you so angry?" The dragon stared at El Tostik in surprise. "You don't know anything. I have lived here for a long time. But humans destroyed my house and polluted the river. My heart is broken, and I can't stop being angry." El Tostik listened quietly and said gently, "But hurting the village with anger will only produce worse consequences. I want to help you overcome your grief. If you don't mind, why don't you find a solution together?" The dragon was silent for a while, but eventually seemed to be moved by El Tostik's sincere words. "Really, my heart has been dominated by anger for a long time. But after hearing your words, I felt a little calmer." El Tostik suggested to the dragon, "The people of the village promised to clean the river and regenerate the forest to protect your home. If that happens, I want you to leave the village and live in peace." The dragon thought for a while, and then nodded slowly. "You're right. I will no longer live in anger." Then, the villagers and the dragon worked together to clean the river and plant new trees in the forest. The village gradually revived beautifully, and the dragon was able to live a peaceful life again. And with the kindness and wisdom of El Tostik, peace came to the village again. The end.